not receive just a bit of decency? Like, it kept repeating on my head. My brain was against me. Go for it. Just for me, that wasn't the case. So, hi! This is going to be my first podcast. There's a fan in front of me. I hope that's not disrupting the audio, but I have this mic. It's clipped on a ball pen, so I can hold it a bit better. Well, today I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now, and we're gonna talk about it. So I wrote it in my journal. So today we are going to be talking about the truth about being an academic achiever. Well, this is from of course, my perspective, my opinion, from my experiences, based on my experiences. So, would I describe myself as an academic achiever? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let me start. So, from elementary to junior high school, I've been part of what could be called as like a star section or like a special section, you could say. So let me give you a like deeper background on that. So in elementary, in our school, there was three programs, and each program there's like a bunch of sections like that. One section was regular. Another section was called SSES, basically the special science section, more in the like science, math inclined. And the third one is FLGT, which is fast learners slash gifted and talented. So those were the three sections. And so grade one, I was a regular student. I was a regular student in first grade, and I was doing pretty well, right? I became the first of my whole class in first grade, and that smartness I had in first grade, it was the natural kind, because I never advanced studied. I only studied when there were exams. Like, I wasn't like fully like into studying. But my teacher recommended me to take the test for FLGT. So I took the test on a random, like, I don't know, school day at lunchtime. I sacrificed my lunchtime for that test. So I took the test and I passed. So starting from second grade until sixth grade, I was part of FLGT. So the difference between SSES and FLGT is FLGT, since there's gifted and talented, it also focuses on talents compared to the SSES. So, in my whole time in second grade to sixth grade during being part of the FLGT, I was not studious at all. I would not advance study. I would just study during like periodical. I wouldn't even study for summative tests. I don't know what it's called before. I would only study during periodical tests or the quarterly tests that we have. But I'm not really studious, and I was worried at some point because before getting into FLGT, I heard a lot about how they advance study or like they're very studious. So I was kind of scared because I'm like, I don't advance study. What do I do? Like, do I belong there? Okay, man, it's fine. I got through it, I guess. So that's my first experience on like being part of the special section, or maybe the the beginning of being part of a special section. And well, whole elementary and whole junior high school, I have been consistently part of the honor roll, but like only like mid. Okay, so junior high school, jumping to junior high school. So in junior high school, I got into the SDE. We call it SDE now. It changed names a couple of times, but I'm gonna stick with SDE. Yes, in our high school, there are four programs. We have the regular, the STE, the SPA, and the SPS. So regular. STE, Science, Technology, Engineering. Science, Technology, Engineering inclined. SPA is Special Program in Arts, so Performing Arts. And SPS is Special Program in Sports. And I was part of the STE since 7th grade to 10th grade. Jumping forward, I didn't really start trying. I didn't start trying really hard on studying until the pandemic. The pandemic came. Our pandemic years was 8th and ninth grade, and those were the years where a knob in my head was turned. Alright? The pandemic did something to me. I swear. I feel like I completely made a new me. So, 8th grade, I was miserable. Miserable. I would procrastinate my modules. I was just so, like, maybe it was kind of, I feel like everyone felt that way. Actually, I, I remember the GCs, the, like, Messenger, Facebook were so quiet. Or was it just me? But I just felt it was so quiet, and I feel like everyone was miserable because everyone was just adjusting with the modular type of learning. And yeah, I was one of those people who were miserable. I would procrastinate and I would sleep like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., like worst sleeping schedule. And yeah, there was a lot of overthinkings. Maybe we were like very isolated, sad, maybe me as well, because I was alone in this room. And I would just lay here the whole day. Like it was bad. And then when we got our grades by grade 8, I was so freaking shocked because I had an 80. Maybe that isn't as low as 75, but that is pretty low for me because I've never had an 80 my whole entire school life, student life. And yeah, nakita ko my statistics were 80. And it was a subject I didn't expect to have a low grade on because it was pretty easy when I was answering it. I was like, it was totally unexpected. Would have understood if I had like an 80 on the chemistry sub module because I did not understand that for statistics. And also, when you're part of a special section, there is a grade you have to maintain. Usually it's 85. Like the final grade is 85, not like every quarter dapat 85. Pero I was so scared because I didn't want to fail because I was like a people pleaser, of course, and I was thinking, what will other people think of me if I'm not part of the special section anymore? I'm not part of the SDE anymore. 8th grade was kind of more adjusting phase, adjusting year for me sa modular. And then came ninth grade, second school year into the pandemic. I took my modules seriously. I would watch so many YouTube videos, study with me, YouTube videos, study hacks, study habits on YouTube. That's just where it all started. Like I started to answer my modules and finish them ahead of deadline. And I used to even like take notes on every module. Like I was that into it. I would spend most of my days just writing notes. Yeah, at po na time ang murag na active ko gamay. Akong gi-applyan for 9th grade kay kaning murag online class for STE. And makonsider siya as like another section na. Di na siya like STE nga STE jud kay ang ilang STE nga STE originally kay katurang nag-modular and we were gipapili mami if mo-modular ba ka or online and like Google Classroom. So I took the Google Classroom para dili na magsigig dungdung sa school si Papa for the modules. So mato me and my other STE classmates nalahi me sa original STE nakuan we became the Cezanne section Cezanne. I'm sorry, that's a scientist. I don't know how to pronounce. Pero, yeah, moto and I became the mayor for Cezanne. Unya, mayors are kanang obliged to be part of the SSLG as SSLG representative during that time sa pandemic since like di naman po pwede nga maka-file candidacy and everything, so they just took the mayors as the representative. So moto na SSLG representative ko during 9th grade. Kanang ang biggest motivation for me to study was really the content that I took in, the YouTube videos that I watched. During that time, I spent a lot of time on YouTube that time. I would watch like really just wake up at 5 a.m. with me and like study with me. I would watch all of those and I would be entertained and I would be like inspired to also romanticize my life in that way. So moto, I took my module seriously in 9th grade, and so I took that drive of studying into grade 10. During grade 10 na we transitioned from modular to face-to-face. And since in 9th grade, I was so used to like studying on my own, isolating myself in my room and just taking notes all day long. Seriously, I could take notes for the whole day. Since face-to-face siya, I had my friends, my best friends, of course, sa grade 10, sa STE. But kanang, like I took that studying drive from 9th grade to grade 10 nga face-to-face unya compared sa kanang like lahi ng setting bitaw unya 9th grade ako ra sa 10th grade there are people around me na like we can hang out na di naman may isolated sa mga walay kay yes wala na quarantine. Most of the time I would decline eating out with my friends after school or like just mga like simple lags para lang makastudy ko at home by myself. And then if I would also get invited for group studies, like before periodical, I wouldn't go because I was stuck on the fact that I study better alone and like ma-distract ako if na ay ka ng people around me. So, like, oh my gosh, remembering grade 10, bisag na ako sa classroom, I would isolate myself. Like, we are, diba, 5 meme in our friend group. The 4 of them, 2 and 2. So these two sit together, these two sit together. I sit with another classmate. So I was like, I don't know, I would just isolate myself. Besides like free time and people are chatting around me, I would be there taking notes of PPTs from the previous subject that day. Like while everyone was talking, making like TikToks, laughing and enjoying themselves, I would be in my seat taking notes. I didn't think it was that bad before, but it was that bad. In 10th grade, I would say I was super closed off from people. I remember in 10th grade, I was in the mindset of like, I hate men. I would get, like, I was very maldita. I would, like, gamay ra nga saba or gamay ra nga, like, gara sa boys or other classmates. Like, I would be like, hilumbe, like, shh. I was a boomer. And, like, only my closest friends maoy, like, makita sa akong, like, giggly, bubbly, carefree side. Like 10th grade, I would stay up all night to study, sometimes go to class with little to no sleep at all. All of those sacrifices and all those efforts, it paid off manpod in the end. And I remember I wrote this on my like previous journal notebook. There was this one time in 10th grade na it was my like I always had complete attendance. I don't know if I would rather go to school sick than just absent. I don't want to miss out on a lot of activities and stuff, so I wanna. There was this one time in 10th grade. It was my first absent, I think. So I went to school feeling sick na. I was already sick. Like, giubo ko or like sakit akong tilawad to. Or I had my allergies at unya. Should I tell you the whole story? If I tell you the whole story, I'm gonna get my new journal. So I can read to you what I wrote in my journal. I'm gonna get my journal. I got my journal. This is the old journal. Okay. I found it! Okay, so this was during May 16, 2023, 10:20 a.m. I wrote this after I went home, I think. Okay. I left school today. One reason is that I'm not feeling good. But everyone knows it never stops me from being present. If I didn't leave any sooner, I would have had a mental breakdown on the spot. Others may have thought that my eyes were watering because my nose is having problems, but it was also because I was holding back my tears. Everything was coming at me all at once. I hate it. I can feel how bad they don't want me to be first, or like the first of the class. That was not even the goal in the first place. All I wanted to do was survive the last year of junior high. But then, for whatever reason, I started acing tests, activities. I started studying more. I started taking notes. I don't know how I started, but now I also don't know how to stop. They were talking about valedictorians and shit, and they were teasing me because I was first. Then one of our teachers said, "Oh, maapsan pa na." Then my other classmates said, "Maya pa de gatarong ka," name of my classmate. Can I not receive just a bit of decency? I don't even show my achievements to them, and I don't even celebrate it myself because I'm nervous that they'll have something to say about it when I do. I hate this environment. It makes me want to leave and finish this school year as soon as possible. And now that I left school, I'm freaking nervous of what activities I'll miss. When I got home, I was crying because I kept saying to myself that I do deserve to have a break. But still, I was convinced that I was being unreasonable, that I should have just faced the day. I believe I handle other things pretty well, but I do struggle sometimes in validating my own feelings. Oh, poor past John. So, a little background on that day. So I was not feeling well when I went to school, and then our math teacher basically started it and talked about the valedictorians. He was always like asking about that. And Moto, I heard like they had that freaking conversation in front of me. They didn't even try to like whisper and not make me hear. They wanted me to hear that. Maybe I was also suppressing my emotions like from past events. Said so Moto that day it like all fell down on me. So after our math subject was Comprog, I think, but during Comprog we would change classrooms, and at that time, while like walking to the our Comprog classroom, I felt lost. Like I felt like I was not in my body. I all I kept thinking about was what they were talking about, and ni flashback tanan ako ang like possible moments where I felt like people are praying for my downfall. Maybe kanang sometimes the other events that flashed on me was kanang a bit na overthinking ako, and it really didn't mean that way, pero at that time it felt very heavy for me to to carry, to think about that. So the whole time I was thinking about it, like during comprog pod, like in the middle of comprog, I was on the verge of tears. I was actually like my eyes were watering. I was holding back the whole time. I was holding back my tears, and during comprog lang dyan siya brag ni burst out. So although I was about to cry, but then I held it in. I already messaged my dad as well na magpakuha na ako. So I nidong ko ni mom na ako nga, mom, pwede ka nang mauli ko kay I'm not feeling well. Yeah. Si mom, she asked me like, okay, sige, okay ra ka? That triggered it. I cried. My tears fell, but I was quiet. I didn't like hagulgul or ba. So my tears fell, and it was like my like all like the tears falling. I'm like, yeah, okay, mom. And I was trying to hide my face because we were like on the side of the students. So I was trying to hide my face from everyone because I didn't want them to see I was crying. And yeah, I didn't say goodbye to anyone, and I just went out, and then nakabantay ang, I think isa na ako ka-friend or classmate ko to. Pero sa asa ka John? And ako, mawali ko. And I was like trying to cover my face. Like, mawali na ako. Like, I'm not feeling well. Mato, sige, bye John. Gana. And mato, nilakaw ko. And still, like, during the ride home, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. At the ride home, I was also like, still holding back my tears. It kept repeating on my head. My brain was against me. It the events kept repeating in my head, and I kept tearing up, and I kept holding back in. It was a whole cycle. Okay, so where was I? We sidetracked. Okay, right. So since I saw the results when I worked hard pag grade 9, mato akong idala pag grade 10. And then I also saw great results during grade 10. But yes, during grade 10, I got my with high honor award. I was the top of my class despite the side comments of those people. But like thinking back, I never really felt satisfied. Maybe one of the reasons why I don't celebrate my achievements. Like before, where I was very nonchalant, I could say. Diba? Maybe some people could agree. I wasn't like, oh yay, or like clap, like get excited about my achievements. One reason was kanang I didn't want people to think nga I'm being too full of myself. Because if that time as a people pleasing girl lah, I felt like if I celebrated my achievements or like if I was happy with my achievements, people would think nga she doesn't really deserve it, or like maybe I was also too harsh on myself nga I felt like dapat lang nga I achieved those because I worked hard. So mo nang when I achieve it, it's just like a breath of relief, and it's not really an achievement because like I never really felt happy when I achieved any academic, I don't know, high academic like award. I never really felt satisfied with my studying. Felt like I could do a lot better. I don't know. I was just maybe too hard on myself, or maybe all of my academic achievements, healing was very temporary. Looking back now, I shouldn't have sacrificed my time with my friends or studying alone. I declined a lot of and I closed myself from people that like nobody would disturb me if I took notes in my classroom. It was at that point that people were like, leave her alone. I don't want that to be what I look back on. So senior high school came up and I just completely lost track of my past self, my study hard self, study freak self. So like I started agreeing with after school lags. I would sleep and study last minute. I would choose sleeping instead of studying. And then I can say that I can say that I didn't really try that hard during senior high school because I felt so done. Also, being part of this part of the science, math, inclined section, I was so over it. That was also one of the reasons in grade 10. Like I was just I don't like what I was learning. I didn't like math. I didn't like a lot of the subjects. I just felt not it felt useless. It didn't feel accomplishing. I don't know, I didn't feel something I can use to better myself or better my future. So that's and then also okay, during senior high school I chose STEM, which is another science math inclined program. And ever since 10th grade, I was like, since I was so done with STE, with science and math, I wanted to try Humes. But then practicality punched me in the head. And I ko like, being part of STEM has a lot of benefits. And maybe I was reserving my choice, my freedom in college. So I was like in 10th grade, I was thinking like, after 10th grade, I can do whatever I want. I can choose Humes and I'll be happy. But then I chose STEM and I was like thinking during when I chose STEM, I was like, it's fine. What's 2 years more of suffering? Seriously, that's like word for word what I had my mindset on. What's 2 years more of suffering? I can choose, like I can like use my freedom in college. Didn't like what I was learning, and I also like felt down with my performance at the start of the first year of senior high school because I did my usual like studying and like note taking, and it still wasn't enough. Like I felt so stupid during the first year of senior high school. I was like, what the fuck did I actually learn? because I don't know these things. From then on, I felt stupid and I just stopped trying overall. I mean, I stopped trying so hard, but I was still trying. I still joined contests and stuff during senior high school because I always got recommended by teachers who saw my potential before in 10th grade. So I graduated with honors. And like before, I was brushing myself and like, you have to be with high honors. Like, what are people gonna think? Like that you're stupid. I had with high in grade 10 and then in, yeah, karong grade like senior high school with honor ka? Like where did that with high go? I was like, the fuck do people think? I don't care. Usually I was thinking like they're not even gonna remember me as the with high. I feel like if they like graduate high school, because I see this a lot. When you graduate high school or like when you leave people, when you leave a place, it's not your honor standing that they remember. Like maybe yes, for like temporarily. I don't want to be remembered that way. Personally, I realize like I just want to be there. I just want to be present. I just want to live my life. I want to be with people who make me happy. Even though I graduated with honors despite wanting with high, I was happy. I feel like I was happier graduating with honors than I was when I graduated with high. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Graduating with honors. It's not the with honor that I remember. It's my experiences and the happy moments during senior high school. Like when I think about 10th grade, it's not even the with high honor that I remember. It's how badly I treated other people. It's how closed off I was during 10th grade. That's what I remember. Like yeah, I was happy. And like I got other fulfilling awards from that as well. And looking back, I loved my senior high school journey. I loved how my senior high school journey turned out to be. Overall, I realized that the fulfillment of academic achievements can only get you like so far. Like maybe if I graduated with high and then ang akong routine was like the same as like 10th grade na like I would isolate myself, I would not be happy graduating like that. Yeah, like the academic validation, the academic fulfillment that you get getting a high award is only temporary. When you get it, that's when you feel like yes, like that's when you feel happy. But like moving forward, you're gonna be like that's it. Like you have no moments to look back to. I realize that the fulfillment of academic achievements can only get you so far when you don't have any strong foundation built in the journey of achieving it. And like to explain that a little further, I wrote that in my journal. Like, yes, you do get happy when you achieve a medal. However, if you achieved that while sacrificing your youth, that happiness, hanging out with other people and just simply isolating yourself like I did in 10th grade, that happiness or like that fulfillment you feel can be temporary. I swear, from my experience. It's so temporary. Like sometimes it's not the finish line and good. It's not the goal. It's not the achievement that you remember. It's the journey of how you got there. Like I know you hear that everywhere, but I hope it actually sticks in your head and I hope you actually fully understand that. But yeah, it's not the finish line. It's not the medal that you remember. It's how you got there. As to me. A lot of people, like my like my parents, my aunts, saying the elders would always saying high school is the best part of being a teenager. Like enjoy it. I remember Princess, my friend, told me that she saw somewhere a person was asked about how their high school went or what was the most memorable thing that happened in their high school, and that person didn't have anything to say other than they earned a medal. It's not wrong, okay? I'm not saying don't achieve the highest honor if you can achieve it without sacrificing being with other people. If you can achieve the highest honor without sacrificing, go for it. Go for it. Just for me, that wasn't the case. So, the benefits of earning the highest honor, all that with the sacrifice of relationship with others, friendship, romance, maybe, can only get you so far before you start looking for something like to make your academic fulfillment strong enough to hold you up and make you happy and like fully, very truly fulfilled in life. We are humans. After all, we look for love and acceptance in everywhere we go. With nothing to look back on, like no bonding, memories with the right people, you will only look back on sleepless nights and lonely breakdowns. And it will wear you down, honestly. I've done it. I mostly only had sleepless nights and lonely breakdowns to look back on when I achieved finishing grade 10. And it will wear you down, honestly. I've experienced both sides. I've experienced isolating myself and studying to get the highest honor, and I've experienced choosing friends over a medal. This is what I've learned from it. So to everyone out there sacrificing their youth, please go and enjoy yourselves. There's only so much isolation you can take before you break. Don't sacrifice your present for an uncertain future. And like sooner or later, with all the hardships and late night studyings you've gone through, and with nothing but simply that miserableness to look back on, you will start thinking and wondering if you ever truly lived your life or that it was all wasted in focusing too much on academic validation. Sacrificing the present for an uncertain future. You're the greatest thief of life. I said that on my threads. You're not aware of how long you will live in this earth, in this world. You will never get the same moment twice. Take everything for granted. That when it's gone, all we are left with are regrets. And it's tiring to live full of regrets. So enjoy the spontaneous lags, random dance competitions in your class, contests, everything. Don't miss out on things that could give you the best of memories and the best of experiences. Live and live fully. I don't know if I said everything I wanted to say. I hope I did, but I'm glad I got that off my chest. I've been holding on for that for so long. I just needed to share it. So, that was it. The truth about academic validation, academic fulfillment, or an academic achievement, or I don't know, anything academic. I hope that you got to relate to that, or I hope you got to understand what I was trying to say. Until next time. Bye!